Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to give you a quick update on our mushrooms. So the process of doing the mushrooms, we first inoculate them. Well, we cut down the trees during its dormant phase, which I use ironwood trees, which is a weed tree, for the forestry program that we're in. The State Department of Natural Resources wants us to cut those down so that we can grow more cherries and oaks and black walnuts and maples for hardwood production. It's a 25-year program. They give us a break on taxes because it's woods, it's not corn. And then we come by and they'll give us different cutting projects, and on those projects they'll call it a grant, but what they do is they pay us to cut down the weed trees. When they do that, a lot of people in the forestry program just cut them down and leave them lay. You know, here by making shiitake mushrooms, we're actually utilizing the logs, and it's a good log for firewood as well because it puts off a lot of BTUs, which should be the ironwood. But we're making mushrooms on them. Later, when the log is, after the mushrooms have consumed most of the log, we'll start a big compost pile. Who knows, someday maybe I'll be selling the compost from these logs as they get as they decompose with the help of the mushroom mycelium. So here is your update on the mushroom production. These logs are 3-year-old logs. I soaked them last week Tuesday and Wednesday night to get the mushrooms, and here is a bad sign right here. That is a slug. So those guys will eat your mushrooms, and nobody likes, they'll eat just about everything. Nobody likes, wish I had chickens, they'd pick them off for me. So here is the mushroom logs. Basically, you can see the 3-year-old logs aren't going to put off as much as the 1-year-old logs. A lot of this is pinning. These logs will, I'm not going to move them. I'm going to show you the exact same logs. I'm going to try to zoom up here on the pinning mushroom. And there's one, and then there's a couple there, and a couple there. This is a white oak log. The first year I tried these, I did use a few white oak logs, and they work, but you got to hook up with the foresters to get them, or the loggers, I should say. Here is some more mushrooms. These will look completely different in the next couple of days because of how big they're going to get. There's just a few on those ironwood logs there. This ironwood log has a few at the top, a few there. Looks like there's one trying to come out there. Like I say, you know, these are, as far as the forestry programs, these would be considered junk logs, and we're actually getting a benefit from them. I'm going to rotate this log here. It has a big mushroom against the building. Any mushroom that grows on a log is considered medicinal. A lot of mushrooms that you buy in the grocery store are grown on substrate, so people force the mushroom to grow on what it has to grow on. The shiitake mushroom wants to grow on logs. What we do is we plug the mushroom logs, and then we leave them sit out in a log cabin method, leave them sit out in the woods for a year, and then that log goes into production. So we put the log into different groups. I have, because once you produce mushrooms, that mushroom log needs to rest for 8 weeks. So I separate my mushrooms into 8 different groups, and then I will bring each group into production once a week. As I get bigger, you know, it'll be certain days of the week, and then, you know, if I get big enough, you know, it'll be every day there will be a group of logs going in and then resting for 8 weeks. So I bought myself a new tub for doing the soaking in so I could fit more logs. When I do get into big production, I'll have more tubs, and I'll move the tubs around and then have hoses go to fill those up, and I won't move the logs around. The logs will kind of go into the tub, soak overnight, and then they'll be standed back up, and then I'll go to that area to harvest, and then those logs will never move. You know, they'll stay there until they go into the compost pile. Why shiitake mushrooms? You know, they taste great, but nutritionally, you know, any mushroom growing on a log is considered medicinal. And then, you know, they're anti-cancer, they're immune modulating, and then there are other benefits. They have a lot of vitamin D in to begin with, but if you sun dry the mushrooms, they're a lot like our skin. They'll increase their vitamin D production. So you can increase the vitamin D production by having sun-dried shiitake mushrooms, and then you don't have to take vitamin D supplements. You know, as we're coming to find out, you know, we can take vitamins and stuff like that, but our body doesn't digest those vitamins as well as it does our food. So, you know, it's been said many times, you know, let your food be your medicine. You know, and that's really the way to get your nutrition is by eating the right things. So I know when I started off, and like I said in another video, I don't want to make this a diet channel, but I was 330 pounds, 6'3", and I had high cholesterol for my bad cholesterol, low cholesterol for my good cholesterol. I was on blood pressure medicine, and I had the doctor tell me I was pre-diabetic. So I went on the keto diet, started eating better nutritional food. I've lost 80 pounds, and then I went to the doctor, took me off of blood pressure medicine. My blood pressure is perfect now, and I believe that's from the green things that I eat, a lot of kale, a lot of spinach, and then broccoli, cauliflower. And then on the blood pressure also, I think, you know, I eat at least a shiitake mushroom every day, and I did read somewhere that if you eat one shiitake mushroom a day, it'll bring your cholesterol down by 10 points. But I also think that it helps with the blood pressure too. I can't pinpoint exactly. I think it's mostly the green things, because I've been on blood pressure medicine before and taken myself off, and I think it's the green things really help out there. So we let the logs sit for a year in the woods, then we come out and we soak them in this tub overnight in cold water. The colder the better. And then we stand them up. 7 days later, we'll end up with mature mushrooms. What I just showed you was where we are. Today is Monday. I did them on Tuesday and Wednesday of last week, and these things will start to double in size. You know, they might go a little bit more than 7 days, but I'll show you when the right time to pick shiitake mushrooms is after you have them on the logs. If you leave them too long, they'll get buggy, and then to drive the bugs off, you're going to have to dry them, which is fine. But you can pick them fresh if you're out here harvesting them right away, rather than let them get like that. If you like the content we're providing, please like, subscribe, and share. The subscribe is the big part. That's how we can afford to bring you these videos and spend the time doing this. And there's a lot more videos to come on a lot more subjects. And then we're going to help you guys, you know, be more self-sufficient in your lifestyle, as I have been, also be more healthy. So like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time.